None of them not there on me level. Not even I know how I do it. I just do it like Jordan or you, we know Shakira, Kobe, and no one can stop.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Empress Lika, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my top 5 tips for healthier locks. So let's get right into it. So my very first tip is that it's really imperative that you cut out cream-based products. If you want healthier locks, this is a major step that you have to take. You have to cut out all products that have cream-based, because cream-based products cause something called product buildup. Now, this was something I didn't know. So in my very early stages, I got a little ridiculous with my products. And so for any of my newbie lockers, or even people who have locks or have had locks for a while, please, if you do this like me, please stop. So what I used to do was I just would pick up any and everything. I really didn't care if it was like regular conditioner, leave-in conditioner, put-ins, mousse, beeswax, lock gel. I mean, it really didn't matter to me as long as it laid down my hair when I went to retwist it. Then I was happy. I wasn't thinking about like what the chemicals and what the ingredients in these products might be doing to my hair. And so 2 years, fast forward 2 years, I'm on my 3rd year of being locked. But fast forward 2 years now, and I'm out and about, and the sun is shining real nice, and you know, I want to take a nice picture because, you know, the sun is a natural filter. And when I go to take the picture, I'm looking in the camera and I'm seeing all this disgusting, and I mean like filthy product buildup. And it just kind of took me back for a bit, because I always and have always been big on maintaining my hair and keeping up with it, washing it, and even heavily moisturizing it. So I just was kind of like, how did I miss this? So one thing that I learned about product buildup early on is that it can be really sneaky if you're not careful. You know, one day you're just putting all these products in, you know, for however long you are, and then one day you look up and you have all this disgusting product buildup. Now, product buildup is really bad for your locks because they can actually cause your locks to have breakage. They can damage your locks, and they also make your locks really heavy. The biggest issue that I have with product buildup is that it's extremely hard to get out, and this is also something that I didn't know. Now, if you do want to continue to just use those products, then you can try the ACV wash, which is the apple cider vinegar wash. But I tried it, and it just seemed like the apple cider vinegar never fully got out the product buildup and all that nasty gunk. So I knew that I had to find a better solution as far as getting rid of product buildup. And my first answer to that was to cut out all cream-based products. And when I did that, I seen a drastic change in the healthiness of my locks. Okay, my second tip is that once you cut out those cream-based products, you have to replace them with all natural products. Now, when I say all natural products, I'm specifically speaking about like all natural oils, but not just all natural oils. Please feel free to use like all natural aloe gel. You can make your own aloe gel from the aloe plants. I'm big up on rice water. Now, everyone have their different opinions as far as rice water, but for me, rice water has tremendously helped my hair. Also, again, like I said, you want to replace those cream-based products with oils. My favorite oil, anybody who's watched any of my videos before or who follows me on Instagram knows that I love castor oil. I love castor oil because I feel like it's the holy grail of oils when it comes to hair growth, for healthiness and thickness for your hair. So I love castor oil. I replace cream-based products with just castor oil and water. Whenever I retwist my hair, whenever I style it up, whenever I, touch up anything that I'm doing where I'm retwisting, the only thing that I use is castor oil and water. Sometimes I might use rice water, sometimes I might add a little aloe gel, but the main 2 ingredients that I use is castor oil and water. You will be amazed by the results from just using castor oil and water. And not just that, the combination is amazing. Like, castor oil has so many beneficial things for your hair. Just like I said, hair growth, thickness, moisture, helping to seal in moisture. Like, castor oil is amazing. But if you're not a big fan of castor oil, you don't have to use castor oil. I would recommend castor oil for retwisting, because castor oil is really thick. So if you're looking for something to replace those cream-based products, castor oil thickness will really help lay down that hair. But if you're not a big fan of castor oil, you don't like the smell, you don't like the texture, the thickness of it, then what you can do is you can use olive oil, coconut oil. There are different oils that you can use, but the main thing that you have to do is replace those cream-based products with natural oils. And this is actually something that will really help your hair thrive. So my first step is really to help, take those chemicals out. We put a lot of chemical products in our hair. They're sitting on our scalp, they're damaging our hair, and we don't really know that. But once you get rid of that, which is really crucial for healthier hair, you have to replace it with something that is going to help rebuild that hair, something that's going to help that hair grow, thrive, and be healthier, and that's natural oils. So replace all those cream-based products with natural oils. And honestly, I feel like a lot of times we kind of get so caught up in thinking that the natural way is not as good as the way that's promoted to us, or the way of these chemical products. And it's not true. Your hair will thrive so much more. It will be so much healthier if you was to switch out these cream-based products with all natural oils. All natural oils, that's all you have to do. And honestly, it's more economical. I get this really big, I'm gonna see if I can put a picture up here, I'll put the link, but I get a big 16-ounce bottle of castor oil for $4, all natural castor oil for $4. So 9 times out of 10, those puddings and those mousse and those lock gels, it's 1/4 of that size for that hair product. So not only is it more economical, but it's actually better for your hair. So cut out those cream-based products and replace them with natural oils. Which leads me to my third tip. My third tip is that you have to hydrate. It is so important to moisturize your hair. Moisturizing your hair will just completely change the quality, the condition, the texture of your hair. When I say the texture, I just mean more so it will give it a softer feel, a more of a lightweight, fluffy type of feel when it's moisturized a lot and it's not sitting around getting dry a lot. Moisturizing your hair is also really good for your scalp. If you're a person who suffers with dry scalp, excuse me. If you're a person who suffers with dry scalp, that's also something that can hinder the healthiness of your hair. Moisturizing will definitely help that. Now, for me personally, I like to make a bit of a spray and just kind of spritz every here and there. You don't have to soak your hair every time you get in the shower. You don't have to soak your hair before you go to bed. Just get a spray bottle, add some water, maybe a little rice water. Okay, but if you add rice water, you have to refrigerate it or it will get stinky. I just need to let y'all know that. But get a spray bottle, add some water, add some oil. Again, castor oil, you can't go wrong with that. But if you don't want castor oil, pick an oil that you like or add a combination of oils. There are some great oils out there that help increase and seal in that moisture. Castor oil happens to be one of them. I told you guys I love castor oil. I love it. But on a more serious note, make a spray bottle and every here and there just spritz. If you feel your hair is dry, your scalp is feeling dry, just just a little spritz here and there on the scalp and on your hair. Nothing too major, and that will increase the growth and healthiness of your hair by just keeping it hydrated and moisturizing and feeding it with those good oils and hopefully some aloe gel and things like that. So that is my third tip. Hydrate, moisturize as much as possible. Okay, my fourth tip is that it is imperative that you do not overly retwist and pull your hair too tightly. Now, this is one I can tell you from personal experience, because in my beginner stage, like a lot of you may be, you kind of be low-key obsessed about your locks and you kind of go a little crazy. So for me, in my early stage, I just was doing way too much to it. I was trying to force it into a bun, into a ponytail. I was trying to do zigzag styles and all kind of stuff when I just really needed to just let my locks breathe and live and try to catch themselves. And so one thing that I noticed early on was that I started seeing thinning by my edges, and my locks were getting very thin. And so I started to realize that I was putting way too much strain and stress on my roots of my hair. And so one thing that you really want to be careful with, guys, is you don't want to put too much stress on your scalp. And honestly, I don't know about some of you guys, and if you also have this, please let me know, but sometimes my hair is low-key spoiled, and so sometimes even too much pulling or tugging actually annoys my scalp completely. It's almost like I have sores, or it's sore the next day from me pulling it, because my scalp is now accustomed to not going under that stress like it had to when I had braids or when I had weave and I had braids under the weave. So, you know, I feel like one thing that you really want to be careful with is not pulling your hair too tight. The edges don't need to be too tight. If you want to wear it in a ponytail or you want to wear it in a bun, you know, one thing that I like to do is after I put in the bun, especially around the edges, I might just kind of pull some out, tuck some out a little bit so that I'm not putting too much stress on my hair. Because again, one thing that I've learned about locks, like product buildup, is locks can kind of take some time to let you know that they're not happy. So you won't notice the damage immediately, and it can take some time, but when it does happen, the locks start to go, and it's almost like you have a hard time reversing that process. So you don't want to get to that point. So you can wear a lot of tight styles for maybe a couple years, honestly, depending on, you know, your hair and depending on, you know, how much your scalp can take. But when it decides that it had enough and those locks start to go, it's almost impossible to stop it. So you really want to be careful with that, because with locks you don't always see the damage that's being done immediately, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so that's my fourth tip. And my last tip is TLC. This is, I mean, all of these tips are my favorite, but this is one of my favorite because I kind of like our hair is something that's really spiritual, and I do believe that our hair heavily correlates with plants. You know, there have been studies that show if you talk to plants and you're loving to them, they'll grow, and they grow even better and faster, and they're happier. And I feel like our hair is the same way. So the first part of my TLC is that I do like to talk to my hair. I do just kind of like to show it a little appreciation. You know, sometimes I'm just kind of like, you know, I see you guys. For example, the other day I was walking right into this bathroom, and I kind of had my hair in like a kind of like a braided style, and as I walked out I kind of seen it, and I just was like, oh, I see you. I see you guys. I appreciate that. You know, so I like to let my hair know that I appreciate it, because I love how much it's growing and it seems happy for me, and I wanted to know that I'm happy that it's happy and that I appreciate it. The other part of my TLC is that I like to give my hair what I would like to call spa days, and that's when you basically give it a hot oil treatment. You know, you give your scalp a nice massage, and first of all, massages are also really great for healthier hair. It gets that blood circulating, and it also is extremely good for hair growth. So, you know, definitely take some time to like give your hair a spa day where you can kind of moisturize it first, maybe add some aloe gel, and then maybe give it a hot oil treatment, and then after the hot oil treatment you can massage it for a bit. You know, just basically find some time to take and put aside to make sure that you're really giving your hair the TLC that it deserves, because I think our hair reflects how we do or don't take care of it. Like, I am very big on how much I take care of my hair, and I think that my hair reflects that. But when I didn't know how to properly take care of my hair also reflected that as well. So definitely make sure you increase your TLC when it comes to your locks, because I mean, it's necessary. So those are my top 5 tips for healthier locks. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please feel free to leave a comment below and ask me any questions that you may have. You can also follow me on Instagram and DM me. I also don't mind, like, that's what my channel is about. So please feel free to like ask me questions and open the discussion. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.